male actors, just because they couldn't do what was required of them. On the contrary, it plays to their strengths probably. But whenever you see, Don and John, it's not like the movie reverts to a more stiff American style martial arts movie that of the worst kind. It still maintains a flow, and it still is part of the same movie. It has a good pace and a good through line, if you will. I've never taken out of the movie, to be honest, whether it's for storytelling purposes or action purposes. It's when you have fun with the movie and deconstruct it, that's not akin to be taken out of the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's built its audience, and it's built its appreciation, over the years. I mean, because it has something that other American martial arts films of the same era, the early 90s. It's got its own flavors, its own style, and that's sort of it's got a sort of a unique quality, and that's and it's endured, so
it's coming up on its 20th anniversary in about 2 years.
People are still watching it today, still talking about it today, because it's got something that
you always wonder how villains sneak into hospitals all the time. But again, why not? And there's a rather chilling shot come up here when they discover the cop has been murdered because he lies on the floor twitching. When Cynthia and John are running into the room here, not the glasses shot obviously, but the twitching shot there. I don't know. I found it rather chilling. Almost dead. And we also get the sort of two climaxes to the movie, which is cool. Because you think like, oh, Cynthia's got the big final fight here, and obviously it makes sense, of course, because you've set up that there's multiple, good physical specimens in this movie, if you will, and everyone's gonna get their chance to shine. But you would almost think that the elaborate fight with Cynthia and Don would be the end, but no.
Shirts are off, 1-on-1.
Yeah. Shit's on and shirts off.
The baby oil comes out.
Hey guy, do you remember Cobra? Is that the same style of knife that Brian Thompson had in Cobra?
It looks exactly the same.
It is, yes.
Exactly the same.
That's the sole thing I remember from Cobra nowadays. I haven't seen that in ages, but
I saw that recently actually.
Okay, you need a rewatch.
Yeah, it was good fun. I liked it then, but it's not like I've never owned it since VHS days are bad. I don't even have a copy of it. I watched a friend's copy of it way back when. Should be good fun. I always remember Brian Thompson, and who was also in the X-Files later on. I was like Brian. He's a good big presence. Maybe Brian would have looked good in a Godfrey Ho movie. Who knows?
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of sense here, but why not? Think less sense. Just go with intensive fighters making essentially animal sounds while fighting each other. And taking off their shirts just because it's not like they are totally ripped to shreds, these shirts. But it's kind of an internal logic that isn't logic that I just absolutely adore. It's what. Look at him quivering as well when he does that.
Yeah.
I'm tasting sickness, essentially. Lack of hygiene. Look, oh my God, it's wonderful. I mean, if you're listening, Dom, bless you, and if you're listening, John, bless you. You're on board with the intelligence of the movie, because there is an intelligence in this movie, as we've alluded to during the commentary. It sets out to do, it knows what it sets out to do, it wants to do, and it manages to do it. You know what I mean? Execute it and then some. I mean, it's not like this was pre-planned.
Yeah,
This wasn't written in the script. Apparently it's just said final fight in the script, and they worked this out kind of on the spot. Not with a large huge prep as such. There's elements later in this scene that were thought of on the spot. We're going to reference that when we come to the scene. But when you look up Undefeatable on YouTube, this is one of the first hits.
Yep.
Named like best fight scene of all time.
Statement I would agree with.
I mean, it's actually good. It's brutal, it's rough, it's gritty, and it's outrageous. It's wildly funny as well. And it's just a pitch perfect balance. I mean, it's damn good, mad fun, and who wouldn't want damn good, mad fun? We may have a little bit of drama here and there in the film, but the movie is, summarized as that. Sometimes you don't even need to do a review of it or a commentary on it, because it can be summarized in that way as well. Damn good, mad fun.
Yeah.
And he actually is a very good way. He obscures the makeup very well done, because it wasn't they probably couldn't do that makeup in when he moved. Maybe it would have fallen off. You know what I mean? The prosthetic. So he times it very well. Hits his mark, if you will, which is not an easy thing to do. Hitting your mark, it's you need to be in focus and all of that when you so you can't overstep your mark and all of that. So I'm not sure exactly how long it is, so we might as well mention it right now. John actually said that the Stingray's comeuppance coming up right here, the logical comeuppance, Jesus, was not how it was meant to end. He was supposed to kind of fall down some stairs and trip over his knife, but they saw this contraption. If they're actually in a laundry sort of room in a hospital, and this is what they come up with, and it makes so much sense. And it has wonderful, lines. Keep an eye out, or whatever it is she said. And John improvised a wonderful line. That's kind of shit, but it's still great. See ya. But it's great. It's absolutely great, and I'm glad they came up with this, because it makes 100% sense to end it in that gruesome manner.
Yeah.
But also, he gets his eyes poked out, gouged out, and it's not like it ends with him just rising in the air. He actually gets, he goes down the line, if you will, and I think that's the wonderful part of the scene.
So do I.
But summarizing it, we have by the way, a yay freeze frame ending, almost a typical Hong Kong ending. Yay! But summarizing my thoughts on the film, I'm incredibly fond of the film, and I think it accomplishes what it sets out to do with a Hong Kong style to boot, including introducing the serial killer plot, something you didn't expect, Hong Kong style. Godfrey Ho, I'm trying as best as I can to lift out of the bad rep he got directing ninja footage at IFD, and his own films post IFD, including this one, are very much good. Princess Madam, Deadly Target, and this, and it's a movie that is incredibly intelligent about what it wants to do, and that's not easy to pull off. And it takes the combined efforts of the cast and crew to make this very special. And I've said it a lot, and I've said it again. It's good, mad fun, and a movie that genuinely deserves praise, in my opinion, because of all that I mentioned. It's not so bad that it's good. It's actually very good when you examine it really closely.
Yeah.
So,
my key's too high.
Yay!
Yay! That should have ended with a freeze frame of Cynthia just going, "You guys."
But final thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, I think it's got to be up there as one of the most successful, if not the most successful, sort of a hybrid of the American sort of martial arts with and the Hong Kong style. It works. Sometimes that works. What was that Ronnie Yu movie, The Big Hit, the American movie he made?
Yes.
With Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, you mean Kirk Wong directed that?
Yeah, Kirk Wong, that's it. That was sort of, you know, now and again it kind of got going, it kind of worked, but it was patchy. But this, you know, consistently, you know, from the beginning to the end, it's you know, it works, it delivers, you know, and that's the ideal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It does what it set out to do. It does what the filmmakers set out to do. So.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Tom? Final thoughts?
One of the most entertaining films I think of it. I mean, solid, if not amazing. But yeah, completely solid throughout. Hilarious dialogue. Slightly cheesy, but just a damn good time.
Very good. And by the way, listeners, thank you very much for listening. We'll see you during the members only. We're going to talk about Bloody Mary Killer now, so thank you, Rod, for listening.
See ya.
Bye.